Today I'm joined by Talal Ali Ahmad, founder and CEO of Progressive Medical. Talal, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Jess.
Awesome. So tell me, how did you get into this industry? Was it always the plan for you?
No, I started my career in the telecom world, the hosting solution telecom world, up to 2014, 2015, when my last company got acquired. So I took a year off and I volunteered with a local organization called the Global Smile Foundation, where they travel outside the US to perform a cleft lip and cleft palate surgery. The group of US surgeons travel, they perform the surgery for 10 days and come back. They do that seven times a year. So I joined them as a volunteer, and that's why I got introduced to the medical field. So talking to them about different things and the pain point they have. And given I'm an engineer, I decided like I want to do something in the medical field to at least fix some of the problem. And that was my first exposure to the medical field.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit more about the current company you're working on. What does it do? And what problems is it looking to solve?
So we started predictive healthcare about 2.5 years ago, and it started with a based on a personal experience. Where we developed a platform is to monitor post-op surgical incision to predict early sign of infection. And the whole story started when a member of my family had a surgery, and then we brought him home, and we end up like going to the hospital 3 or 4 times just to look at it and say everything's okay, could do this, do that. When we asked the doctor, hey, send you a picture would be okay. He said, if you send me a good picture, that will solve the problem. You don't have to come here every time. And that's what the whole idea developed. So we developed a platform consists of a mobile app for the patient, mobile app for the doctor, and a dashboard where the patient can take a picture of the surgical incision post-surgery based on a schedule set by the doctor using our application called My Health Bell. We analyze the wound with the other vital sign data, and alert the clinician with elevated risk or standard risk, and the doctor can intervene early, address the issue before it become complicated. It's technically connecting the patient to the doctor during the recovery, where today the gold standard is the patient got a call 24 hours post surgery. Hey, Talal, how are you doing today? Good. If you have any questions, call us. And the next thing is either in the office with some complication or in the emergency room with a more serious complications.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Just off what you've told me, there's probably a
Mhm.
lot of small niche issues that could go wrong, like patients taking bad photos, bad camera quality. How do you guys prevent those problems?
That's a very good question. And we get that a lot from the doctor because the doctor today get a lot of pictures from patient, and some of them like with the dressing on them, some of them like the wrong angle. So when we start developing the software we're testing with the patient, we discover we need to create something to make the patient take a good picture. So we create a image acquisition algorithm where it guides the patient to take a picture in the right angle. We adjust the lighting and make sure we capture the wound clearly for the doctor all the time. So that's a built-in part of our application. Regarding the camera, I mean, thank you for all the technology in the field today. Most of the phone they can support the minimum quality today. I mean, doesn't have to be full HD. If half HD or anything around that, most of the phone cameras today support that, and we can always guarantee there's a good quality image. And remember, we take an image from a short distance. I mean, if the patient taking their own image is about a meter and a half away or meter from the body, so it's always the quality is going to be always be there.
Also, if it was me taking a photo of my wound and I wanted to make sure it was like properly okay, I'd make sure I take the best photo I can for my doctor.
But you have to remember also the patient sometimes in pain. They
Sure.
don't have the energy. They just want to do it and just get to the doctor. So, but that we're trying to make it like within a 30 second they can take a picture and go back to sleep or to rest.
Okay. So where's the company right now? Do you guys need FDA approval for an app like this?
No, so what we've done so far is we're FDA class 1, which we don't do diagnostic. We just predict the outcome, and we alert the clinician with elevated risk or standard risk. That's within the guideline of class 1. If we decided to do diagnostic, then we can go to the class 2, which is 510(k) filing. But at this time, we're doing class 1 because we get a lot of feedback from the doctor, kind of the position the product, make sure the product ready. If the market said we needed diagnostic tools, we can step into that next step.
All right. So a little bit more about your business itself here. Have you guys commercialized yet, or are you still in any trial phase?
So we're commercially ready, but we are doing a couple pilots in the Boston area. One with Mass General in Boston, and the pacemaker implant surgery, and another one at Tufts Medical Center, the breast reconstruction for cancer patients. And we're in talk with other hospitals too. So the idea is for the hospital to try before they buy. That give us a chance to get their feedback, make sure the product fits to the surgery they're trying to use it. But the product is a commercial already. We're HIPAA compliant. We're integrated with Epic, the leading in the EMR system in the US right now. And we have a patent on the technology. So we're ready to go.
Awesome. So, in a perfect world here, you hit every stage in your timeline. What does commercialization look like? More so, like, when are you going up there? What is your marketing strategy? How do you really get in the hospitals?
Yeah, so as you know, healthcare technology, healthcare industry, they have a slow sales cycle. It's 10 to 18 months. It's because the doctor are busy. There's a lot of involved with that. So our target customers are hospitals, healthcare system, private surgery practice, nursing home, skilled nurse facility. So the whole anybody who take care of the patient post surgery, they are our target customer, and we go directly to the customer, which is the hospital. But we don't approach like from the top down, because when you go to a hospital, you want to sell something, you have to have a user already saying, I want to use this product. So our approach is to go after surgeons, introduce the product to the surgeon, get them used to it, and if you see the benefit of the product, then they go to the next level in the hospital. Hey, we say, doctor, we have Dr. Smith, love the product, wants to use it, let's talk business.
Okay. So, when are you guys planning on commercializing here?
When? So, I mean, we are currently raising money to execute on the commercial plan. So hopefully we close that by Q1 2020, and then we become fully forced to the market. But we're doing all the legwork right now, getting ready, the marketing, the campaign, the documentation, everything is getting ready right now. As you know, it's a
Beautiful.
Christmas season, slow time for a lot of businesses. So that's for us time to make sure to get things done before everybody comes back from the holidays.
Awesome. You guys are right around the corner here.
Yes, yes. So that's you have to keep going.
So, it must be pretty exciting. You guys say you're working out your marketing strategies and your campaigns. What does that look like?
So we're trying to find out like what's the best way to market to the surgeon in general and the medical field. So as you know, sending email does not work anymore, okay, because there's a lot of filters in the hospital saying this external email. Most doctors, they're busy to read email. So we're trying to figure out there's two approaches. The social media to get like our name out, and has to be a very short message on different social media. The timing has to be correct. Also, you cannot put it in the middle of the day when all the doctors either with a patient or in the OR. So that's one approach. The second approach is what we call the one-on-one marketing, where we get a group of doctors in one room over coffee, over dinner, whatever you want to name it, and introduce the product and the company. And that seems like the more effective way. It's working right now for us. We're still exploring what's going to work for us for market sales and marketing for us.
It's a lot of trial and error in this industry. I can imagine that, like you say, because
Yeah,
emails don't
it's
work,
it
you have to be a bit inventive.
well because you're dealing with the fast-paced industry of the medical field. They're up and running at 6 o'clock in the morning in operating room. We want to catch them the right time. We want to talk to them. You don't want to spend like half an hour demo on the phone. I mean, you're gonna lose them. So you have to find a way get their attention. The company exists. They're doing something I need, and the next thing is when can we talk?
So, what would you say your biggest struggle has been when developing your strategies here?
The struggle is I mean it's everybody's like in the startup world is the sales the pipeline sales the pipeline, how to make it that complete so you can always work in with someone. It's not like you're doing single process one at a time, because as we said, long sales cycle, we have to work with multiple people at the same time in order to keep the momentum going on the commercial side. So it's
Mm,
getting people in the pipeline, talking to more people, getting introduced to more people so we can keep going.
all right. How are you getting out there, finding these people to talk to?
So right now, it's been a lot of word of the mouth introduction from existing potential customer or doctors doing pilot with us, introduce other people, attend an event, trying to have meeting one-on-one with the people attending an event, these kind of things right now. Remember, we're a startup, so the budget is very, very tight when it comes to sales for marketing, at least.
Yeah, I mean, if there is any industry where word of mouth is very powerful, it's going to be the medical industry. A nurse
Correct.
uses a product, finds it works well, bam, whole hospital takes it on within a year. Is that kind of a strategy you're looking at playing into?
So we're trying to get word of mouth, and also one other aspect of that is from the pilot is we get data about the product. It's working, performing, publishing this data in different media. Like, hey, we did a trial, a pilot with the hospital, let's say Mass General. This is the result. It's promising, and people will read about the product and read about the data, and they see, okay, somebody did it, somebody proven it's working, we need to jump in. So this one another approach, not like it's not a it's a marketing, but also now we publishing, we more in their face in different journals, different media to say the product will work, the data to prove it.
Okay. How's that coming along for you? Are you finding that you're getting enough of these pilots?
So we have enough of the pilots right now. So we kind of right now going to the phases. Okay, we have data. We can show the product is working. We're going like what you call phase two is we selling now. Like try it before you buy. This the data from this hospital. Once you try it for like 90 days, no cost to you, and we'll show you it works.
All right. And the software of yours, is it like a monthly membership system, maybe a yearly membership, or is it a one-time fee?
No, it's a SaaS subscription model enterprise where we look at the hospital say, if you do 500 surgery a year, one department, your cost is X. So it's a subscription and subscription based on number of surgeries. Because in the US, hospital can recover the cost, some of the cost of the subscription from billing the insurance company for the remote patient monitoring services, CPT codes for remote patient monitoring. And the biggest return on investment of a hospital is cut down on unnecessary emergency room visit, unnecessary office visit. That's what they're going to see the big saving because coming to the hospital within the 30 days or 60 days of surgery, it costs the hospital about $30,000, which is not recovered from the insurance if you go to the emergency room. So that's the return on investment for the hospital, cutting the cost, improve the outcome. I mean, there's soft money and there's a hard cash they can see in using our platform.
Awesome. Well, that's great. So before we hop off here, Talal, if anybody does want to get in contact with you, where can they go to get in touch?
Well, so they can contact us through the website, the predictivehealthcare.com. I'm sure we can post the email and at the website like Talal at predictivecare.ai. And I'm sure if you search us on LinkedIn, you'll find us somewhere. We're kind of trying to be active there now.
Beautiful. And then lastly, before we hop off here, would you like to leave any bits of advice for our listeners?
Well, if you're in the medical field, ask practicing to be patient because that's market test your patience here. So you need to be patient and go to a market where the product can deliver, solve a problem, not just nice to have. It has to solve a problem and also has to fit in the workflow of the doctor. You cannot add a new workflow right now in the medical field. They already have burnout, staffing burnout issue. They're doing a lot. So make sure it's our problem and fits the current workflow.
Beautiful. Well, Talal, was an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.